Well, look what finally grinched its way to my makeup vanity. Are you guys ready? Should we do a tutorial today? I think we should. Oh my god, I'm keeping every bit of y'all. Don't even know how much I love the Grinch. I literally live my life standing like this. Y'all just don't see it because you mainly only see my face. I think I'm the Grinch. I'm like the happiest Grinch. I'm like the Grinch when he really starts to like Christmas. But, I love him. I'm so excited. So excited. So we're starting with some Gerard Clean Canvas, but you guys need to know that Gerard Cosmetics is having their Black Friday sale already. I believe the site is 51% off right now. What the heck? I'm pretty sure Clean Canvas is on sale right now as well. So go ahead and grab some of that, some of the lipsticks. Just head over there to that balm sale. All right, just put on the makeup seatbelts. Put them on. Put them on. Oh, it's so pretty. It's even prettier than person. Get the greens. Get the greens. I kind of just want to do a classic IG cut crease because these greens are just screaming that. So I'm just going to grab this little prototype brush. This one is not available, but it's very similar to a MAC 228. And we're just going to hop right into the darkest shade. And I'm just going to start to I focus right here through the center. That's just going to give us our initial shape. And the smaller your brush, the better. Why am I not zoomed in? You're really going to have a lot more control. It's not going to get muddy. And I also want you to notice that I'm pressing. I'm going to be able to cover more area that way, but I'm also going to have more control. If I just start swiping, I'm going to lose control. It's a slippery slope. So just kind of take your time, press it, and then with a cut crease, I like to look straight into the camera. Or mirror, please use a mirror. Don't use a camera, the phone like I do. And then we'll just kind of press it down in here. So a thing I forgot to point out, we're just going to do like a quick cut crease kind of tutorial here. A lot of times when we're doing a cut crease, we automatically want to take it right through here. Well, if we were to open our eye, that's going to completely disappear. So what we're doing is we're just bringing that up. This works for hooded eyes. This really works for just about any eye shape. You're always bringing it up higher. So instead of going through here, we're bringing it up. You can kind of see that you still see it when I open my eye. Okay, so now we're going to grab this shade, Green and Mean. The names just make me smile. And I'm just going to grab this on the side of the brush. You can see it's just on the one side. And from here, I'm just going to tilt my head back. That really helps us make sure that we're placing that brush and it's laying as flat as possible. And I'm just going to start to tap that above our dark shade. Just take your time and go back and forth. There we go. Just keep going back and forth. Now we're going to grab the shade Who Pudding. This is the lighter minty green in the palette. And I switched to a Mario E4. It's going to be a little bit flatter. And for here, we can just go across here and it's okay if we just have a little bit larger brush. Because we're just kind of tapping that back and forth and that's really going to melt everything together. Just so far, everything is blending perfectly. It's doing exactly what I want it to do. I'm really having fun with the palette. Just wanted to give you all a quick little update, but we still gotta try the shimmers. So now I'm gonna take the Gerard Clean Canvas in the shade White because I'm actually gonna do the matte on my lid. We're still gonna use the shimmer, but get ready for it. There it is. I kind of thinned it out. Just get ready. We're doing my floating lanterns look. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually just gonna place it. I'm just using a thin concealer brush. This one's a prototype, or I would tell you. So I'm just kind of placing and pulling down. Again, we want to come up much higher, but I'm sure you know I don't flex a lot, but I'm gonna flex a little bit, just a little bit. But not everyone has been doing this for 1,000 years like I have, so the best technique is to just kind of press it where you want it and then lightly pull. So press, lightly pull. You're gonna have a lot more precision and you won't have as many mishaps. I'm gonna grab a dry sponge here, any dry sponge. And the reason I use it dry is because we don't want to add any more moisture to this base, but we want to make sure that we really smooth this out. So a lot of times I don't use this, it doesn't matter as much, but for this type of eye, you need your lid to be as smooth as possible. Okay, you've got to see this green in action. This was just so pretty on my lid. I'm gonna grab this one once again. And I love my MAC 242S to really pack color onto the lid. So we're just gonna press this in. Just look at that. I haven't even dipped back in. Look how nice and pigmented that is. I'm gonna dip back in one more time. And I'm just gonna focus this way. And we'll finish it out this way. Look at that, 2 times, and our lid is coated. You saw it, real time. Y'all, I just got a clip with this eyeliner. I wanna post it. You guys are gonna go nuts when you see it. It glided so beautifully. So what I did is I kind of took it this way, went this way, and then I connected there. So I want to connect this. Oh, that video I got was so good. I can't wait to post it. I just did it. It was so good. And then of course we'll drag it over this way. But also, can we just talk about this olive eyeliner? What the heck? So pretty. And then we'll just fill this in. Look how pigmented. Loving it. Okay, so now we're gonna grab just a little pencil brush. This one's from KYLIE, but I'm pretty sure that it was in a set and it might be discontinued. And either way, just a little tiny pencil brush. We're gonna go back into this dark shade. And all I'm kind of doing is just really making sure it's nice and defined here. And then connecting it. So we're going to try out this Water Cloud Primer. This is from Cover FX. I'm just going to put a little dot here. I've already done the other side of my face, so I don't need as much. And I'm just going to work this in. This is my Anissa Angle Care Brush. Oh my gosh, this literally feels like a cloud on my skin. Ooh. And I have the mattifying primer. I'm going to go grab that. I think that's still on the table. Let me grab that. But we're going to use this one on the outer perimeter. Don't forget, it's my birthday month, and I don't want you guys to forget to shop the Anissa Beauty brushes. I'm going to leave my link right here. You guys can shop all of my favorites. Code ROSE20. It's running out. We're running out of time here. So swipe up and shop my faves. You know what? The way this dried down, it doesn't feel mattifying, but it doesn't feel too tacky. I think I'm just going to put this through the center. We'll see how it works out. A lot of times I don't like doing primers through the center of my face, so this one, it did dry down and it just feels really, really, really nice. And it kind of took some of the intense glossiness out of my skin. So let's see how it wears under the foundation. Really fast, it kind of just feels like a toner. You know how you put on a toner and it just kind of balances? That's what this is doing. I'm loving it. Loving it. Of course, I've got to use it 3 more times before I start suggesting it, but so far, I'm loving it. Now we're going to grab our Melanie Mills Gleam. Don't forget, you guys can get my set. I'm going to link it here to swipe up, and I'm just kind of going to do some pre-highlighting. Look how gorgeous that is. This brings so much life to the skin. So swipe up to get my set. Now we're going to try out these velour lashes there in the style Flawless. That ain't happening here. So I'm just going to kind of tilt my head back and pop that on. I've had my glue drying for quite some time, and I trimmed them. I have an entire lash video on my YouTube channel, so hop over there. And I'm really vibing with this. I've used this over 3 times now. This is the KYLIE Starry Eye Balm, and I just applied this with my Anissa eye treatment brush, and I really try to keep it really close in here and anywhere that I might have fine lines. Now if you're oily, I would skip this, but if you are normal to dry and you have fine lines, this under your concealer, chef's kiss. Okay, I used to have this foundation 100 years ago. This is the Cover FX. This is the cream, Total Coverage Cream Foundation. And I'm just gonna scoop it out of here with my little makeup spatula. I already have some on this side. I don't really have any over here. And a little bit of this goes a long way. This is so full coverage. I used to recommend this foundation all the time. I'm so happy they sent it to me. And I'm actually just gonna let it sit here and just kind of warm up on my face for about 30 seconds. I'm just kind of going to spread it around so it'll warm up. I'm just kind of moving it around. My spatula is just from Amazon. We want it to really warm up on the skin, and we want it to melt in. So just kind of spreading it around will help it warm up faster. I'm going to grab my Anissa Pinnacle Foundation brush, and I'm just going to start to press this in. You know, I forget the age that we live in and how many cosmetic procedures are very accessible. A lot of you are asking if I have Botox. I have no Botox, and then my #1 question every single day is if my eyebrows are microbladed. They are not. That is just makeup. I have nothing done. I do not like to leave my house. Please don't make me. You guys are so flattering. That is so sweet, but I don't have anything. I'm just a big old rows of just rows just out here rosing around. I mean, look at this. How would I make my angry Grinch face? Okay, so we're just gonna do my favorite tip. I have a lot of new supporters lately. I wanna just keep you in the know on the rows here. And what I did is I scooped out a little bit of this. I have it here on my vanity. I'm gonna pick that up. And when I tell you I picked up the smallest amount, look at that. And I'm even gonna wipe some of that off. So there we go. I'm gonna take it through here, just kind of press it in. I focus through the front, and then once I'm done there, I'll take it across the very top. And it just presses and melts everything together. I feel like it just brings that lived in natural as a cut crease can look. I feel like it just brings that to the eyeshadow. So today we're going to be using the Cover FX Power Play Concealer in P Light 2. Yes, just double checking that. Pressing this in with my Anissa Angle Concealer Brush. I love this concealer so much. So now we're trying out the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. By the way, Cover FX just sent over a really nice box. And I'm so appreciative. Ooh, okay, this is really smoothing. I did this eye and I was like, wait a second. I was super excited. Let's try out the forehead too, but just notice that I'm using my little puff here. Got this bad boy from Amazon, and I'm just gonna press. And I'm gonna be using powders on the rest of my face, so I can just kind of start to press whatever's left all over the face. I'm going to set the rest of my face with the powder. I have it in here. I'm going to set it with my Anissa multi-powder brush. I'm just going to look a little wild, but I'm just going to take my time and really press all of this in until it completely disappears. This is a very smoothing powder, and I am not upset with it. I'm just going to keep my bronzer here, Kylie as well. This is a prototype brush. This is, I mean, the proof is right there. It's been one of my favorites for 100 years now. So I'm just going to bronze up the face. I didn't want to do too heavy with my contour since this is already a pretty radical look. We're pretty radical. Look how pretty that bronzer is. This is the shade Toasty. Start to finish up the eyes. I'm going to grab this shade once again on that little tiny prototype brush. Just going to press it underneath here. Then we'll just take our lid color on the MAC 242S and just kind of diffuse those edges. We still got some spicy touches to add, so hang on now. Oh my. We're just spicing. We're getting to the spice. Look at this. This is the shade Little Grinch. So cute. I'm going to take this on my prototype brush. You just need a little tiny shader. And I pack this in here pretty aggressively. So you'll notice that I'm kind of pressing and then pulling. But it is so pigmented. Look at that. Now we're going to grab these. One's a blush and then one's the highlighter. It's the packaging for me. And also keep in mind I'm going to do another tutorial with this collection. I know a lot of you did purchase it. I'm hearing a lot of sad stories and I'm so sorry some of you weren't able to get it. But for those of you that did, you guys are going to want a couple tutorials with it, so stay tuned. So we're grabbing the blush. So pretty. And we're just going to load this on. My brush is a prototype, but I'm just going to pressing it a little bit underneath the eye and then a little across the nose for that wintry glow. We're going to grab the illuminator. It's in the shade Littlest of Who's. Look how pretty that is. That's pretty. Do keep in mind that it has a green flip, which I think is really fun for my intense looks that I do every day because I can't help myself. But it does have a green flip, so you can have a green highlight. Now we're going to take a big fluffy brush and we're going to go into this shade. Okay, get ready for it. So just kind of pick it up. Notice that I'm picking it up more on the front. And what I'm going to do is kind of just dust it around. And then from here, I'm just going to take it and tap it over all of this matty goodness. And that is going to give us that floating lanterns effect. I love eyeshadows like this because look, we can just grab it like this and then we can swatch it and watch. It'll go into a full crazy pigmented shadow. So it's all in application. It's all in application. So we're just going full on Christmas. I wanted to try this. This red looked so pretty on Kylie when I saw it. So I'll do a rough outline And that just means I'm kind of just giving myself a guideline on to where we're going to go. So I like to work in sections. I was recording and then it wasn't recording and then I wasn't recording. I'm a bad girl. But notice I'm just going to work in this small section, grab the lip liner, and just really perfect your lip line. Alright guys, we are super duper holiday. Gosh, I love it. I love it. I had so much fun. Next time I use it, I kind of want to go into these peachy rose golds. So we'll come around this bin next time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial as much as I enjoyed creating it. It's just so pretty. I love it. Everything performed amazing. I mean, look at this. Still hanging on for dear life. Gorgeousness. Excited to use it again. I love you guys. Tomorrow's tutorial is actually going to be on the Maybelline page. That's my happy dance. So I'll post that and remind you. Super exciting. Living the blessed life. I love you guys, and I'll still see you tomorrow.